One can have no smaller or greater mastery than the mastery of oneself. I tell you, my friends, the more you practice trading in the market, the more you realize so much of what you do comes down to taking the emotion out, mastering yourself, following what the charts are telling you. And this, my friends, a big down day, particularly for stocks, a big down day for HODL, which is our Bitcoin ETF. Let's jump first into the S&P 500. We've talked about a potential ceiling here. Well, it appears that it is a ceiling. Check out the volume. When above average volume throughout the course of the day, we have a red spinning top after things topped out. Now, we did not have the volume to top that for us, which we like to have, but we did have it bouncing off a ceiling that we suspected there, and things have moved down with decent volume. We told you to be watching for that, down 1.68%. Of course, we see the second two-day candle, an even bigger and stronger one with just about average volume. That prior one was higher than average volume. And of course, we didn't, likewise on the two-day chart, have any topping out with high volume. So again, a bit screwy, but it bounced off, of course, what? It bounced off this prior high. It's just not getting above it. As this new week moves along, we'll see where that goes. How many of you traded this? How many of you jumped into a practice trade going down? Well, we'll see how that works out moving forward. We didn't have the volume that we like, but we did have a down move. Now, same thing on the NASDAQ 100, but we didn't even have a ceiling there. We saw where it moved up and stopped and started to move over. And then, of course, as the week ended, we got a red spinning top, a bigger one than the one that we like. This is the kind of red spinning top we like, where, again, it's not a big top. It's a small one, a little bit bigger than a doji. It's got movement about the same on the top and bottom. This one here, just bottom movement, almost a candle, hardly a spinning top. And of course, we see things how we've clearly broken the weekly trend line. The two-day actually going into the third two-day candle of down movement. We had a doji. Then, of course, we had all that energy on the last. We did have a decent down move here on this two-day candle. And, of course, broken well below that weekly trend line on both the two-day and the half-day. So, again, that move just could not make it very far going up. We've talked about the potential politics behind it all in an election year. And we see over and over again, you look back in time, the party in charge does not want the market crashing before the elections. Popped up for 3 weeks, but inevitably, market forces pulling it back down. Now let's look at where we are on 20-year U.S. government bonds. They're the least down for the day. They're hardly down at all, 0.01%. So again, just about flat. We ended the week, of course, pulling the candle back down. It was sitting right up here before. The candle now is off that prior top. We'll continue to keep an eye on things. Did have a lot of volume this week. We look at all the volume. We look at the two-day sitting right there on it. The half-day has moved, just about below that topper again. We'll wait and see how the next week goes. We don't have a trade here on the S&P 20-year U.S. government bonds right now, simply because we've not had the kind of volume with candlesticks that we need to tell us what's up. Oh, by the way, the training that is in today's email is Chapter 3 of the new book. We've shared that with you for those who subscribe at chartingwealth.com for free. That list is never spammed, never shared, and we attached into your training today that chapter. In addition to the chapter itself, we also put in all of our diagrams. So I think you'll find that helpful. You want to know more about three-wave trading. That chapter gives you a good taste of it. So check it out. Look in your email. You'll see the link to it. Please enjoy. That is where we are on 20-year U.S. government bonds, looking to see what they're going to do this next week, if they're going to roll over. We do have higher than average volume. Guess what happens if we have a red spinning top this next week? That'll probably engage us in a down move on TBF. TBF, Tango Bravo Foxtrot. What is that? That's the ProShares 20-year short. It moves in the opposite direction. It's been going down lately. If indeed 20-year U.S. government bonds go down strong this next week, then guess what? It'll be going up. And of course, if you're fractional trading for less than $100, you can get more shares and practice. So that's not happening yet. And again, we don't encourage real money trading. Once you get good with paper trading and you do want to get into something a little more small dollar amounts, a few shares of an inexpensive stock or ETF, or a fractional amount of something like SPY or QQQ, if your broker allows you to purchase fractional shares, say $100 worth, that's a good round figure to practice with. Even if you lose 20%, which God forbid you would do, it's just $20 out of your pocket. We have a great training on fractional trading. Now let's jump into gold. Gold pulling back 0.74%, 0.75%. We could put a topper right here too on gold, since that is where over the prior 2 weeks, I'll show you how we do that. We go over here. I like to use horizontal rays so that we see where it's starting from, and just pop it in right there and see if indeed this might be the high that gold bounces off of. What have we seen? Well, we've seen it go up here in top. We have a doji this week. Don't know what that means. Of course, we know it means lots of indecision. Don't know the direction. We will keep an eye on gold, see which way it is going. By the way, we did release to everybody Charting Cryptos, Commodities, and Currencies. That is now available. Just check out the YouTube. You will find it. We talk about silver. We talk about all sorts of commodities. We talk about international currencies. And we talk about cryptocurrencies and give you the charts to back it up. Now, let's jump into, lastly, what's up with Bitcoin? Well, strong down day, 4.68%, our biggest downer for the day. We see that we now have 4 down candles accelerating down on the 2-day chart. Of course, the half day has been below the weekly trend line for quite a while. We don't really have much of a way to connect the down move at all here. You see, if there's just nothing to connect that to. So what we'll do is just keep it on the up move for right now, see how this next week starts out, and keep an eye on Bitcoin. I'm hoping for a good, clean reset and turnaround the next time Bitcoin is earnestly going to go up. What does that mean? Well, of course, it means a nice red down candle with decent volume, that is average or above average, sort of like we saw back here on the 5th. But of course, we didn't get a green spinning top that next week, and we never got any volume. So without volume and a green spinning top, we don't look for a turnaround. If you would have jumped in on the green spinning top on the week beginning August the 19th, you would have been sorely disappointed, because the next week it was a little green spinning top, actually about the same high of the prior week. And then, of course, this week where it dumped down, you would have lost your shirt. So again, the reason we do things the way we do them is because it works time and time again. Every time, no. That's why we limit our losses and we let our profits ride. We got another great training on that. So stick with us. We share all these trainings with you. The new book is coming out soon, and it's going to be given for free to all of our Patreon members. You will get it first, and you're going to get it free. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.